All right, so without any further delay, let's get right into today's webinar. The topic for today's webinar is in the digitally connected world, what are the global career opportunities for you? Dear students, you are about to see a short but a very detailed presentation by Professor Gitika Parmar, who's going to shine some light today for all of you in today's topic. Over
Thank
to you,
you.
Gitika ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Suchirupa. I appreciate the introduction. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on In the Digitally Connected World, what are the global career opportunities for you? My name is Gitika Parmar, and I am an assistant professor at MIT World Peace University, teaching computer applications and computer management subjects to BBA CA and BBA students. So from what I believe and what I've seen is that after 12th, many students do not know what program to apply for and what are the kind of jobs that are available after the kind of programs that they take up. A lot of them just go with the flow, sometimes with the peers, and sometimes their parents decide for them. Now, that being the case, this will never let you achieve what you really want in life, what you would have actually achieved if you had some kind of interest in it. So, what I found is many of the students are confused or are in dilemma as to what do they want to do after their 12th. Now, with the globalization and industrialization, there are a lot of changes that have happened in the job and career market. Along with that, a lot of traditional jobs have decreased, and at the same time, a variety of professional and management jobs have taken over the market. Also, with the constantly changing needs of the business world and a strong base created for technology in the country, it is utmost important for us to reinforce and replenish that management talent and human resource. One of the results of this is the introduction of BBA Computer Applications and BBA Global E-Business course at the undergraduate level itself. At the same time, there is a lot of multidisciplinary approach that has led to the advent of these programs. You can add in your management subject to whatever you are learning. Even in engineering, you can find that students have to go through management subjects as well. Many students join this program after their 12th, maybe from commerce, science, or mathematics background. It all depends upon the skills and interests that you already have. Like most of the students have a knack for good programming skills or technical skills or communication skills. But what have I already noticed during these years of teaching that many of these skills can be obtained easily by the end of third year. So what does this program do actually for you? This program transforms you from a novice to a management professional while gaining the industry relevant domain knowledge and acquiring relevant skills. So we are basically going to see that these are the various flavors of BBA that are offered by the MIT World Peace University. You all are aware. But the focus for today's webinar is we are going to basically talk about BBA Computer Applications and BBA Global E-Business. So yeah, let me just take you through to what is this BBA in computer applications. So BBA in computer applications is actually a technologically oriented program designed keeping in view the requirements of our primary stakeholders, and that is our students, and their future prospects. So this is actually a 3-year full-time degree program, which is actually a professional 3-year program split across 9 trimesters. This is a good blend of management, computer science, and computer application courses. So this course actually prepares you to face the challenges and opportunities in the IT industry by building a strong computer application foundation. This is basically meant to heighten your know-how about the technical areas of software industry. So while undergoing this 3-year degree program, you are actually exposed to a variety of technical subjects which include pertaining to the computer application field, which include various kind of programming languages, database management system, cybersecurity, information security, software testing. Apart from this, there are other management related subjects like business mathematics, business statistics, management principles. Since this is a blend of computer applications and management um, program. Along with the subjects that you learn throughout the 3 years degree program, there are various activities or there are various events or knowledge sharing platforms that are provided under the industry academia collaboration for the students. For example, we have IT forum, we have various kind of WAP program, that is the value added programs, we have certification programs, we have guest lectures. So all these all these activities are basically meant to empower students by imparting industry relevant skill sets and increase their employability and basically make them industry ready. IT forum is basically a forum wherein like-minded students come together and conduct various related workshops, seminars, visits. Value-added programs in the areas of digital marketing, computer, I'm sorry, cyber law, cyber security are provided as to enhance the knowledge. There are various certification programs. We are going to talk about certification programs later. Tally, Oracle, Android are just to name a few. And there are various guest lectures which are also hosted for the to enhance the technical know-how of the students. Next is we are going to talk about what are the various job profiles and employment areas for the BBACA computer graduates. BBSCA computer graduates normally end up getting jobs in the domains of software developers, web developers, network engineer, database administrator, just to name a few. So this will just give you a highlight that what could be the various employment areas or the industries which provide such kind of job profiles. And our career development services, they provide 100% job assistance for the graduates to get in such kind of jobs. After a quick introduction about the BBA computer application, let us just quickly understand that what is this BBA Global e-business. As the name goes, BBA Global e-business, it is actually a dual specialization 3-year degree program, which is also spread across 9 trimesters. The primary specialization for this particular program is global e-business. The student can select any one of the secondary specializations from marketing management, finance management, and human resource management as per his interest and liking. So this global e-business program is basically a program which links the business understanding with different types of digital platforms for trade, business, information, and communication. So this program teaches you to develop and work with the digital solutions. Like we normally say that IT solutions is all about doing things faster. E-business solution is all about making existing business better to have a better user experience. So this is how e-business adds value to any kind of business setup. So this is basically meant to develop the global business transformations. Now let us try to understand what are the variety of subjects that you are exposed to. Okay, so starting from e-business architecture, customer relationship management subjects, implementing e-business, internet application and web pages, e-commerce. These are the few of these subjects that any GEB student is going to study, apart from the run-of-mill management subjects like economics, business law, marketing. Along with that, since it is a global e-business course, so it is mandatory for student to undertake any of the foreign languages, which is German and French. So student can take up any one of the languages, which is either German or French, to get the knack over the foreign languages. Now let's talk about the various job profiles that a GB uh, student, a GB graduate student is bound to get. He can play different roles like online marketing manager, customer relationship manager, supply chain manager, e-business consultant. So these are the various job profiles that any any global e-business graduate student can land up getting in the market. In the various employment areas like banks, multinational companies, financial organization, business consultancies, in these kind of areas. Apart from the various job opportunities that I just now mentioned, a student can also opt to become an entrepreneur if he has an inclination towards starting his own business. Also, he can also enhance his family business, and by taking it to a next level by using such kind of digital transformation platforms. There are many recruiters from the e-commerce industry that would find our candidates appropriate to be recruited, like eBay, Flipkart, Paytm, Myntra, and various other e-commerce sectors. So you all see that with the growth of this e-commerce industry, this is also boosting the employment opportunities for the global e-commerce students, e-business students in the job market. If the person doesn't wish to take up jobs in the public or private sector, he or she can also undertake higher education, maybe in the management field or in the non-management field in India or abroad. Now, these are the few of the skill-based certification that we offer to the students. For example, business simulation, Tally, cybersecurity, cyber law, digital marketing, Python, AngularJS, which are more relevant for the BBA CA students, AngularJS, Python. Now, these are the few of the activities apart from the run-of-mill 3-year structure syllabus, okay, that we deliver. Apart from these, we also focus on the overall development of the students, okay. So under that overall development of the students, we take up various activities, maybe in the form of industrial visits, national study tours, projects, mentor-mentee network, guest lecture, value-added program, certification, and case-based certification. So we have various tie-ups with the industries that I'm going to just take you through. So all those industry people are always there for us to guide and mentor our students. We as faculty are also there to guide and mentor our students under this mentor-mentee network scheme. We also have various national study tours, industrial visit to enhance the knowledge about the real working in the industry related to the theory subject that they studied in the curriculum. So all these extra opportunities, all these extra activities, they actually add to the overall personality development of the student. Now, when we talk about the various industry and academia tie-ups, there are various industries that the university has tied up with. For example, Tally, NEN, Indian Institute of Company Secretaries of India, MCCIA, NHRD. So through all these academic tie-ups, we have various industry people joining hands with the university people, and we have got their unique ideas to be implemented in various areas of formulating syllabus, using their expertise for grooming our students, and various activities pertaining to the student development through the means of certification, guest lectures. We also have a very strong placement and internship cell known as the Career Development Services Cell, wherein we have tie-ups with various companies, and we have these few companies who always come as have shown a good record in recruitment. Like for example, we have Barclays, Cognizant, TCS, Accenture, Deloitte, who have been regularly recruiting our students um, for the various job opportunities that they have at their end. Along with that, the university also follows an innovative approach to learning, which is the MIT WPU approach, which includes the delivery of peace teachings, internships, national immersion program, international immersion program, and rural immersion. So these are few of the activities which the student undergoes. Basically, from the point of view of self-development, he gets an exposure and gets a chance to explore the outer world. And we always believe in giving back to the society through the method of rural immersion. Along with that, we also have finishing school activities. Finishing school activities in terms of providing MBA, MCA entrance exam coaching, providing placement training, and providing few certification courses, which helps the students to enhance his entrepreneurial skill and helps him to become an entrepreneur. You can also see that this particular international tie-ups for the summer school, which is spread across the world. We have various continent-wise universities that the university has tied up with for the enhancement of student, and the national and the international immersion program can be taken up by the student of BBA, CA, and GEB student. Particularly, we have tied up universities in the Asian continent, and which would last for 7 to 10 days. It completely depends upon the kind of program that the student has to undergo. And the student contribution, which is apart from the fees, is also mentioned here, which could vary as per the foreign exchange rate and the academic education rate offered by the university. Apart from that, let's talk about the intake, eligibility, and the fees criteria. The intake for both the programs, whether it is BBA program or it is GEB, it is 80 students per division. And the eligibility is at the 10+2 level. The students should have minimum 50% marks with English as a compulsory subject. And the approximate fees for both of these courses is 1,60,000 per year per program. Now, let me tell you in detail about the admission process. The admission process is taken forward when the student appears for the UGPET exam. UGPET stands for the Undergraduate Program Entrance Test. So all students appearing for the undergraduate courses, for example, undergraduate management courses. So this course, I mean, the admission for this course can be taken up if the person has appeared for the UGPET exam, because this UGPET score is mandatory to seek admission. So the first form to, the first step to seek admission is to fill up this application form and then appear for the UGPET exam, which is actually a combination of computer-based test, group discussion, personal interview. Depending upon the results of the UGPET exam, we come up with the merit list, and then depending upon the merit list, the payment of fees and the admission can be secured. So these are the steps that can be taken. Apart from that, if you have any admission, I have just tried to cover up all the important information related to BBA CA and BBA GEB. Apart from that, if you have any specific admission related query, you can always reach us out at mitwpu.edu.in, or you can send us your queries at admissions@mitwpu.edu.in. You can also call us at this number. You can also WhatsApp at this number, or you can just visit our website. So yeah, so I think I'm done with the quick and crisp formal presentation. Now we'll be happy to take up your question and answers. Suchi, I think I'm done with the presentation. Thank you for the opportunity, and you can take ahead from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that detailed presentation on our topic for today. Dear students, you got a very good bird's eye view for both the programs, and I'm sure you are buzzing with even more questions to know more about each of these programs. So let's quickly get into our live question and answer session for today, wherein we'll be taking your questions and our esteemed faculty members will be answering all your questions. But before we get into that, I also want to remind all of you, dear students, that we are currently accepting admissions into both these programs, the BBA in Global E-Business program and the BBA in Computer Applications program. So do log into admissions.mitwpu.edu.in and select these programs if they're of your choice and send in your admissions applications to us so that we can get in touch with you and guide you as to the next steps. Dear students, we are already in a bit of an uncertain situation. So I do request you to send in your admissions applications to us earlier rather than later. As you know, there are only 80 seats for each program. So you do want to send in your applications earlier rather than later because it gives us more time to get in touch with you and guide you as to the rest of the process. All right, in a few seconds, you will see on our screen, we will showcase a Word document which will have answers to questions. And these are the commonly asked questions that we got from students. So we have taken the opportunity to answer them for you. So some of you can even give that a read if you so wish. All right, moving on to our next segment, which is the live Q&A round. And you can see that we are joined by Professor Gitika Parmar, Professor Archana, and Professor Monica Gadre ma'am. Okay, so we are joined by the three of them, and now we are going to get started into our live Q&A round. Ma'am, our first question is from Deep, and Deep is asking us, which course has more scope? Is it the BBA CA course or is it the BBA GEB course?
Okay, thank you, Deep, for the question. I'll be really happy to answer that. Um, as far as I can help you out is BBA CA course and GEB course. They are two excellent courses. But it, as I just started my presentation with the thing that it completely depends upon your interest and liking. So if you think that you are a person who has a technological inclination or is good at technical skills, then I think BBA CA course would be really helpful for you. Apart from that, if you feel that you are not good at technology, you are not very much inclined towards the programming languages and the coding, then I think you can go for a little technologically lightweight course, which is called as the Global E-Business, which would not let you do too much of programming and coding, but it is actually a blend of management and technology again, but a lighter version of the CA program. So it completely depends upon your liking and your aptitude and skills. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add what Geetika ma'am has told, like BBA is a blend of management, computer applications, and commerce subjects. And BBA GEB is a blend of BBA program, BBA IB program, and BBA CA program. So it all depends on your course of interest, whether you are interested in technical, core technical subjects with management, or you are more interested in e-commerce subjects, in e-learning, you want to work as an e-marketer, then this will be helpful for you. So ultimately, it's your interest which helps you. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right, we have quite a few questions for the entrance exams for these courses, and one of our students is asking us will the NPAT score be valid for any of these two degrees at MIT World Peace University?
Mhm. Thank you. But AMCAT score is not, I mean, it is good to have that score, but we don't accept that score for the admissions. We have a similar kind of an entrance exam similar to AMCAT. So if you are preparing for AMCAT, it would be a cakewalk for you to clear the exam, which is called as UG PET exam. So on similar lines, you can appear for the exam, and I'm sure you'll be able to top the merit list if you've already appeared for the MCAT exam. Thank you.
Yes, just to add to whatever Geetika ma'am has told, she has talked about UG PET. So it is the entrance exam is for 200 marks, wherein the 100 marks will be purely based on the multiple choice questions. Okay, followed by the group discussion, which will be for 50 marks, followed by personal interview, which will be for 50 marks. So we will be checking your merit based on all these three parameters. And if you are cracking the merit list, then you will get entrance into the MIT World Peace University. And obviously, as Geetika ma'am has told, your AMCAT weightage will be considered when we are taking the personal interview. Thank you. It's a very good question.
I would also like to add, for appearing for the entrance test, our admission forms are live. You can fill the admission form by visiting our website, that is mitwpu.edu.in. Thank you.
Okay, great. Students, you heard a detailed response there to your question about entrance exams. So hopefully a lot of those doubts are getting cleared up. We have another student asking us what is the syllabus for the entrance exam and what will be the pattern of the paper. And also if you can add what kind of study material or reference material they should be using to prep up for this entrance exam.
Okay, Monica, can you please throw some light on the
Yes, sure,
questions
ma'am.
that are asked? Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. For the entrance test, that as ma'am said, it comprises of three things. One is the online computer-based test, which would be for 100 marks. There would be 100 multiple choice questions, which would be based on English, mathematics, computer fundamentals, logical reasoning, and general knowledge. These are the 5 areas on which that computer-based test for 100 marks would be conducted. It would be followed by a group discussion, which would be there for 50 marks. And then it would be followed by personal interview for 50 marks. Then for preparation of this, you can study basic fundamental aptitude books which are available in the market for any of the entrance exam for any graduation or BBA level exams. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Our next question comes from a student who's asking us, um, I have done my standard 12th in the humanities stream. Can I still apply for the BBA in computer applications program?
Okay, so BBA Humanities is okay, but if I'm not sure whether you have maths in your 10 plus 2, but you can still apply for BBA CA course. BBA CA course is a blend of computer applications and management, and arts stream students can also apply for this course. But so there's absolutely no problem. You will be able to cope up easily with the course.
Okay,
Because
just to add
here
to,
in
Yes.
because here in BBACA, we start with the basic fundamentals. That is, we start with logic development. Then we go for programming languages, starting from C language. So coping up with programming languages would not be a difficult thing. Thank you.
yeah, just to add to whatever Geetika ma'am and Monica ma'am has told, any you can have any program, but the minimum eligibility criteria is you should have 50% with English as mandatory subject, and if it is in reserved case, you should have 45%. And once you have got admission into MIT WPU for the BBA program, okay, we have something called pre-foundation course, wherein those who are from non-commerce background, no, those who are from non-technical background, we have something called a pre-foundation course, wherein we will just teach them the basics of that particular course in addition to the college hours, so that their basics will be strong and they can cope up with our course BBACA. Thank you.
Okay, great. Dear students, you are able to see the answers to certain questions that we are showcasing on our screen. Of course, you will see many more answers on that screen. So do keep an eye out for that as well. In the meantime, dear students, I think we have our next question, a very interesting question from Vanshika. And she's asking us, if we take up the BBA CA course, then when applying for jobs, we will be competing with the BCA graduates and the IT and computer engineering graduates. Um, since that is the case, and since they are probably considered more technically skilled in those fields, what is your opinion, ma'am, for a student? Should they still take up a BBA CA course?
Um, okay, so as far as I understand, your question is, being a BBA student, will you be able to compete with BCA, right? Is that
BCA
what
or computer engineering or other general
other?
graduates.
Okay, so I think all the IT companies, whatever is their requirement or whatever is the criteria, so whatever technical subjects that BCA student studies, you are also going to study the same subjects, but you have an upper hand in that along with the technical subjects, you will be also studying the management subjects that BCA is not exposed to. So that is why BBA is a good blend of technical and management subjects. So you do not think that you will be lacking somewhere or you will lag in terms of technical know-how. It is absolutely, I mean, it will be at par, and your technical skills will be adjudged in the same way. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right. So our next question is coming from Sean, and he is asking us, I would really like to work on my entrepreneurship skills because my ultimate goal is to be an entrepreneur. Given that is the case, which BBA program would be best for me to achieve this goal? And how would MIT World Peace University help me in achieving this goal?
Okay, so you have an interest in being an entrepreneur. Okay, that's good. And being an entrepreneur involves, I mean, calls for a lot of management um, knowledge. So that is why, like, both of our courses, whether it is BBA CA or it is BBA GEB, both of the courses are equally well equipped to give you that management knowledge that is used to set up such kind of entrepreneurial businesses. So again, I would say it would completely depend upon your liking and skills, whether it is technology oriented course or it is not too much of technology oriented course. If you have an inclination to technology, then BBA can also help you to establish your own IT business, your own software business, and GB is also there to the rescue. So it completely depends upon, you can just have a look at the course structure at the website, at the university website. Then depending upon your liking, you can select any one of the courses. But both of the courses are equipped to help you to set up or to give you the knowledge about setting up your entrepreneurial venture. Thank you.
As ma'am rightly said, I would just like to add that in global e-business, we have subjects related to marketing, finance, HR, entrepreneurship, which could add or enhance the skills which are required to run your own business. Thank you.
And just to add to what Monica ma'am and Geetika ma'am has told, we have something called an incubation center in our university, which helps and guides the startups. Okay, so they will be responsible and they will be guiding all the startups who wants to start their business. Thank you.
Okay, great. So all those students with lots of entrepreneurial ambitions, you heard firsthand what a great fit these programs are for you, and as well as the support systems that are there in the MIT World Peace University to really groom you and handhold you through that process of trying to open your own venture. So that's great news coming in from the faculty members here today. And I really hope that you feel even more encouraged to explore these options for yourself, dear students. All right, our next question. And before we take our next question, students, I hope you know you can log into admissions.mitwpu.edu.in and check out the various programs that are available for you to send in your applications to. We are currently accepting applications for the BBA in Global E-Business program and the BBA in Computer Applications program. So please send in your applications to us so that we can guide you further as to the next steps. All right, we have a question from one of our students who is asking us, what is the difference between the BBA GEB program and the BBA in International Business?
So Chirupa, I would like to direct that question to Professor Monica. I'll have to just leave the conversation for 1 second and I'll be back. Monica, if you can
Shortly.
just take up that question.
Yes,
Thank you.
sure. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. BBA International Business would mainly focus on international finance, international public relations, or dealing the businesses at international level. Global e-business would focus more on the blend of management and computer related subjects like e-commerce or digital marketing, just to name a few. So the focus would be more on international business in case of international business program. And here in case of global e-business, it would be a blend of computer applications and management subjects. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Our next question we have from a student who is asking us, for the entrance exam, are you going to test us on mathematics, and what kind of questions can we expect?
Okay, thank you. It's a very good question. Mathematics generally would be based up to class 10. Questions like on simple interest, uh, men and work, compound interest, just to name a few. These are the general topics. Basic mathematical fundamentals are checked for the student, which can be covered by reading any of the aptitude books available in the market. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, our next question is from a student who's asking us, when will the session for this program start in 2020?
Okay, it is most likely to start in the month of July. On In the first week of July, we have planned for an induction program, but due to the current situation of COVID-19, we are not very sure about how it would go. We would go by the regulations as specified by the UGC, and the same would be posted on our website. You will have to keep on checking the website for more details. Thank you.
Okay, great. Yes, dear students, please be assured that we will be streamlining all our admissions policies to help and support each one of you through this admissions process. Of course, the dates, as you know, will be tentative and may be subject to change. And that's simply because of the situation that we are in right now. but you can help your case by sending in your applications early enough so that we can get in touch with you and keep you posted as to all these changes so that you're up to date with everything that you have to expect from this admissions process. All right, next question is from Venkatesh, and Venkatesh is asking us, ma'am, I have taken Python language in my 12th. Will this help me in pursuing the BBA CA program?
Yeah, so I'm back, Suchi. I can take up the question.
Yes.
Yeah, so Venkatesh, as you have said that you have already learned Python in 12th, it means you have an interest in programming, and you are good at learning various different kinds of programming platforms. So yeah, so that is what BBA-CA is all about. BBA-CA is all about exposing you to various kind of programming and software coding platforms. So since you've already learned Python, so that will be a good opportunity to get a professional degree in such kind of programming languages. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So our next question is coming from a student who's asking us to tell them about a tentative academic schedule that they can expect or that they should look forward to. So I think what we can do is quickly tell them the step-by-step admissions process and just approximate tentative timelines as to when each of those steps will take place, including when can they expect the merit list to be out, or when will the entrance exam be conducted, and details like that.
Um, yeah, so I think I've already covered the steps that you can take up for seeking admission to this particular course. And your question also says that you want to know that what will be the timelines for all these processes. Again, I would say that during this phase of COVID-19, we are not very sure about the timelines, but whenever the university starts functioning, we are going to start up with all the process. And even if even if the function of the university gets delayed, we are planning for an online test also. But that is still in the planning phase. Once we are done with all the planning, once we reach the execution phase, all the information would be updated on our website. And the steps remain as I have already told you earlier. You have to first fill up the UGPET application form. You can do that right away and just wait for the timelines to be displayed on the university website. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add to what Geetika ma'am has told, mostly first you have to apply for the entrance exam, and probably, as Geetika ma'am has rightly told, because of this pandemic, we are not sure of the exact dates, but we are letting you know the tentative and probable dates. Maybe the entrance exam will be in the last week of May, and once the entrance exam is conducted within 10 days, you will be expecting the result. After that, you will be getting a mail from MIT WPU wherein you have to pay the fees, and after that you have to take the admission. And I think for the entire process to be completed, you have full of June. And mostly probably, like Monica ma'am has told you, maybe we will be having the classes in the first week of July. Thank you.
Okay, great. So, students, you heard that firsthand, a tentative schedule for all of you. And of course, while we move on to our next question, I urge you once again to check out admissions.mitwpu.edu.in, and you can also see the answers that we are showing you to some questions on our screen. Of course, we are taking you through as many questions as possible today on our screen so that this is available to you in the future as a resource. All right, our next question is coming from a student, from Kunal actually, who is asking us what are the scholarships available to students pursuing these programs?
Okay, I would like to take up this question. Scholarships are available for the students of MIT World Peace University. When you are taking admission, at the time of that, we see the class 12th or HSC percentage, it should be above 95%, and the UG PET score should be above 75, and then only you are eligible for the scholarship. But this says only eligibility, and the first four eligible candidates in that list would be given scholarship. And for more details, you can please check our website for scholarships. Thank you.
All right, great. So students at MIT World Peace University, we really value academic excellence. So all those students who are treading that path, please make use of our scholarship policies and avail them if you qualify for them. And now we are moving on to our next question. Um, there is no sample paper for the UGPET 2019 or any previous year's question papers. Will MIT WPU provide sample papers or previous year's question papers for practice?
Okay, so we had already uploaded the sample paper last year on the website. I'm not sure, but I think we can again just revisit this question, and we'll make sure that we upload the sample question paper for you to practice in the meantime. Yeah, we'll just assure that we'll do it. Thank you.
I would just like to add that we are also planning to have a mock test kind of a thing, or maybe some kind of online help if it could be provided, or some guidance could be provided to the students. It would be announced shortly on the website. Once your registration for the exam is done, yeah, that means you have applied for this exam, your email IDs would be with us, and on those email IDs you would be intimated about whatever is the progress happening related to this exam, or the schedule that we are planning for the academics, that would be posted to you. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Our next question is from a student who is asking us, um, okay, what are the general class timings for the BBA courses?
Okay, so BBA courses, like our basically School of Management undergraduate programs basically works in shifts. So we have our first shift starting at 7:30 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the other shift, that is the afternoon shift, starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and ends at 6:30. So it completely depends upon how do we plan, but you might be working either in the morning shift or in the afternoon shift. It is little difficult to tell you that what will be the exact time slot for you, but once we get back to work, we plan out the execution of the delivery of courses, you will get to know about that.
Okay, great. Our next student is seeking some guidance and asking us, can I do an MBA in finance after the BBA CA program?
Okay, so you want to pursue MBA in finance field. Okay, yeah, that is absolutely possible. BBA is just an undergraduate degree. So if you want to have some computer software knowledge at the undergraduate level, that's okay. And then you can shift to any of the flavors of MBA, whether it is finance, whether it is HR, marketing, it is completely up to you. But the transition or the shift is absolutely smooth. I don't see any problem in that.
Okay, just to add to what Geetika ma'am has told, it is absolutely fine for you to take finance with BBA CA, but in BBA GEB, we have GEB specialization, but which is the primary specialization, and the secondary specialization, you can either opt for marketing, HR, or finance. So you can decide, and ultimately it is your interest as to which course you have to pursue. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. All right, our next question is coming from a student who is asking us a similar kind of a career guidance question actually. They're asking us if they can pursue an MBA after this degree, and if there is a particular MBA specialization that would be more suited after pursuing either of these degrees.
Okay. Uh, so after doing BBA CA, you can go for MBA in IT. That is, I think, the most suited combination. And if you are planning to pursue BBA GEB, then after GEB, you have plethora of options, like you can pursue in HR, you can specialize in marketing, you can specialize in finance. So that is not a problem. It just completely depends upon your liking, what field you want to choose to move further in your career.
As we have already mentioned that in GEB, as a dual specialization, depending on your interest, you choose amongst marketing, finance, and HR. So at the end of the degree course, the degree program, you would be able to find out your liking or your interest, as in which specialization to choose after MBA. Thank you.
Okay. Next question, a short one. What is the intake of students for each of these programs?
Okay, for BBA CA and BBA GEB, the intake is 80 students per program. For BBA CA, it is 80, and for BBA GEB, it is 80. Thank you.
All right, dear students, so you heard that 80 students for each of those two programs. And of course, it helps matters if you apply for each of these programs earlier rather than later, because it allows us to get in touch with you and guide you as to the next steps, a support that you will undoubtedly need, especially during these times of the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown of our country. So do make use of that support system by being early in the process and checking out admissions.mitwpu.edu.in and selecting the program of your choice and sending in your admissions applications to us. All right. We have another student who is asking us, ma'am, what is the scope for BBA in event management?
A scope of BBA in event management, or he wants to pursue BBA event management?
A
What
scope
is the
of BBA in event management was the question.
scope of BBA? I think you can pursue a degree that we offer at MIT World Peace University, that is called BBA, and you specialize in event management. So BBA event management could be a good course for you if you want to um, uh, plan for events or event planning and management. So I think BBA event management is the course that we offer, and you can go ahead with that course.
Oh,
Like to add to it,
sure.
last week we already had a webinar specifically for BBA event management. Maybe by next week you can see that webinar on YouTube channel for more details, and also on our website there are details related to event management. You can just go through it. Thank you.
Okay, great. Our next question is coming from a student who's asking us, is the national tour compulsory for the BBA GEB program?
Yeah, I would like to take this question. The National Study Tour is not compulsory. I mean, this is not a credit program, but definitely we will have a National Study Tour for BBA CA as well as BBA GEB, wherein it is optional for you. So if you're interested, you can opt for the National Study Tour on paid basis. And again, it depends on what city we are going to. Thank you so much.
But yeah, I would
Yes.
like to add here that students could be interested, they could not be interested, but I would always recommend that students should not miss on such opportunities, because I just now told you that you are here to learn, you are here to learn and explore the world, right? So if you get such opportunities during your degree course, I think you should not miss out on such opportunities, which will always add to your learning and molding you into a better personality, right? So since you get it, so I think you should avail it. Thank
Because
you.
I would like to add here, and I would second what Geetika ma'am has said just now. Students do visit various plants like Amul and also visit IIM Ahmedabad or IIM Indore. So, which is a good exposure they get over there, and they get to learn many good things there. They get to see how the industry operates, and they can even hear directly from the industry experts about the working environment there. So it gives a good advantage to the students at the degree level itself. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Students, in a few minutes, you will see that we will be showing you our main admissions links, which will have important phone numbers as well as important links that you need to make a note of. So do look out for that. And now we have our next question from Vanshika again, and she's asking us, what is the date for the entrance exam, and how will the PI and the GD be conducted given the current situation?
Yes, that's actually a very good question. As earlier it was planned for entrance exam on 23rd and 24th of May. But due to the current situation, we are yet not sure how it would be conducted. But we will get back to you soon. By next week, probably you can expect on our website how it would be conducted. Thank you.
All right, dear students, as you know, we are absolutely streamlining the entire admissions process and most likely going online with it, given the current situation that we are in. So you can look forward to much more updated information from us in a few days, where we will be able to tell you that our entrance exams are going online and how can you appear for it. So we will be reaching out to you personally to ensure that you have the right kind of tech setup in place so that you can seamlessly appear for the online entrance exams and clear any personal interview or GD rounds that may be there. We will most likely be taking those online as well. So I hope that quells all your concerns about, how to appear for these given the current situation. And now, students, please do make note of our WhatsApp number. After the end of this webinar, if you still have questions, go ahead and write to us on our WhatsApp number at 9881 492 848. All right, and you can also see some important admissions links on the screen right now. And I highly encourage you after the end of this webinar to go and explore the admissions.mitwpu.edu.in webpage and check out the programs, the BBA in Computer Applications and the BBA in Global E-Business. And these are great degrees that are there with excellent career prospects and opportunities depending on your interests and passion. So do go ahead and explore those programs, and if interested, send in your admissions applications to us so that our team can get in touch with you as to the next steps. All right, dear students, it was such a pleasure having you today along with our esteemed faculty members for this webinar. Thank you to our faculty members and to all of you for joining us today. And before we leave, I request you, dear students, to please take part in our feedback poll that I have just sent across. Share your thoughts with us and let us know how you thought of this webinar. And as you know, we are relentlessly working on streamlining the admissions process just for you so that each and every one of you can appear for all the selection criteria seamlessly online. So make sure that you are checking our website and sending in your applications early to us so that it gives us time to support you as to the next steps. And thank you so much once again for joining in today. I hope you really enjoyed today's webinar. We will catch you very soon. In the meantime, please stay home, stay safe, and I wish you a good and a happy stay and good luck with your admissions process. Thank you so much.